Hello, I'm James Nellen with the Garland County Library, your connection point. I'm the adult outreach coordinator for the library, and I've been with the library off and on in a couple different capacities since January 2014. I love working in this environment. I love working at the library. I love working with my coworkers, and I enjoy interacting with the public. It's the perfect place for me. I will tell you about how the library is your connection point and how it connects you to things, people, and activities. First, I'm going to start with some interesting history about the Garland County Library. Did you know that our library predates the state of Arkansas by 30 years, the city of Hot Springs by 18 years, and Garland County by 40 years? It all began in 1833. A man named Hiram Whittington settled at the site of the Old Majestic Hotel, which is on the corner of present day Whittington and Central Avenues. He wrote to his brother in Boston and he asked for a specific list of books so he could start a subscription library. Ever since, we have had a lending library in Hot Springs. Between 1876 and 1951, the library moved around. It went to the corner of Valley and Center Streets, to the Iron Block, to the corner of Central and Chapel. In 1891, the Women's Christian National Library Association created the first publicly funded library in Hot Springs. An interesting tidbit about that is when they were preparing the site for construction, the contractor used too much TNT. When he detonated it, a piece of rubble flew several blocks away and hit a tourist. So the library and the city were sued. This held up construction for years and almost bankrupted the project, but the library eventually opened to the public in 1900. In 1951, the library relocated to behind the courthouse at 200 Woodbine, where the revenue office currently is. In 1995, the library moved to its current location, 1427 Malvern Avenue. If you would like a more thorough history of our library, you can search for us on the Encyclopedia of Arkansas online. The library looks mostly the same as it did in 1995, besides a few furniture upgrades and a new colorful paint job. The services and offerings provided by the library, however, have changed dramatically. We are about connections, including connecting you with books, of course, but we're more than just books. Our mission statement says it best. The Garland County Library connects you to materials, information, and services that promote learning and enjoyment for all ages. We are your connection point to the information you want and need, including books, movies, music, and much more. But what is much more? Much more is movies on DVD and Blu-ray. It's audiobooks. It's playaway devices, which are little MP3 players with audiobooks loaded on them. It's video games, fishing poles, cake pans, Kindle e-readers, jigsaw puzzles, seeds, Halloween costumes, telescopes, internet hotspots, and even the very popular Mid-America Museum Pass and the Garvin Woodland Garden Passes. Much more is programs for kids, teens, and adults. Reading challenges, contests, and prizes. Much more is services like free delivery, curbside pickup, interlibrary loans, and books by mail. Much more is online resources for education and entertainment. I'll circle back and expand on these much mores in just a little bit, but first, I'd like to tell you about some fundamental changes we've made to the library. Under the leadership of the library's new director, Adam Webb, we have made some positive changes, most notably by joining the growing number of libraries who are going fine-free. Research suggests that the disadvantaged members of a community will stay away from the library because of existing or potential fines. like overdue fees, basically. In December of 2020, we announced our intention to go fine-free starting with the beginning of 2021. But what does this really mean? It means that we removed existing overdue fees on our patrons' accounts and stopped charging late item returns. We do still charge fees for lost and damaged items, so we still have a process to recover our materials. We're just fine-free. 6 months from our fine-free announcement, 3,284 of the 4,102 lost items in our system have been returned. Public libraries are for everybody, and they are considered one of the last places in the community where a person can go without the expectation of spending money. We've made some other improvements to our circulation policies. Items are now automatically renewed twice per checkout, unless they're requested by other patrons. So, an older James Patterson book, you can borrow it for 3 weeks. If you forget the due date, it will automatically renew, and it will renew up to 2 times, so you'll get it up for up to 9 weeks. Now, if you're trying to get the new James Patterson and you get it checked out, it will not renew. You'll need to bring it back. There will be a long wait list for it. We've lowered the age to get a library card from 5 years old to 3 years old. I mean, 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds deserve books as much as a 5-year-old does. So that is a pretty easy call for us to make. We made it easier to get a library card, and we made it easier to use the library through our various services, the newest of which is home delivery. Home delivery is one of my favorite new services because, as a delivery coordinator, I get to see and hear just how thankful our community is for this service. Many years ago, the library had a full-sized browsing bookmobile that would make a few stops weekly around town. This evolved into a smaller courier service that visited 3 or 4 areas around Garland County on a weekly basis. So we would collect the holds for the patrons that requested a courier service, and then we would take them to a stop like the McCauley Center, and patrons would come to us and we'd check them out to them. The pandemic put a halt to that, and we've pivoted towards home deliveries so we can continue serving patrons. And it has been a pretty good success. Due to the size and shape of Garland County, Mr. Webb has long envisioned ways to better serve the far reaches of our community. The Garland County Library is currently a single-site library without branches in the depths of the county. To overcome this obstacle, we have started testing home delivery, beginning with our Hot Springs Village residents. We worked out some of the kinks, and now we offer free home delivery to, by my back of the envelope math, about 90% of Garland County residents. One recent Tuesday, the last Tuesday of July, I made a 91-mile round trip on this route. I went from the library to all the patrons in and around the village or that are signed up for delivery, and I came back to the library. That was 91 miles. If each of those patrons had driven to the library and then driven back home, they would have accumulated 1,013 miles just by driving. That is a 9% difference. I mean, I drove 9% of the distance they would have driven. If those patrons were able to drive 45 miles with no stopping, 45 miles an hour with no stopping, that would have accumulated over 22 hours of driving time. So we're saving people time, we're saving people mileage, we're saving emissions. If those same patrons made weekly trips to the library, they would have driven over 52,000 miles for a year, and that is more than twice of the circumference of the world. I would like to talk to you and deliver library materials to you at your home and office. If you're interested, email delivery@gclibrary.com, and we will get you all set up for that. Now, back to those much mores. Yes, of course, you can borrow books. We have new releases, we have bestsellers, kids, picture books, and easy readers, cookbooks, biographies, hundreds of James Pattersons, and it feels like thousands, large print format books, books on CD, books on MP3 devices, also known as playaways, travel guides, magazines, and on and on. We have movies, kids' films, documentaries, HBO full series, BBC miniseries. We've got Doctor Who for those of you that are interested. We have cult classics, instructional videos, Hallmark movies, blockbusters, and more. We have non-traditional library materials. Some of those include shaped cake pans. They're shaped anything from Elsa, excuse me. You can tell I don't have kids. Elsa to Elmo. You can borrow a fishing pole, a Halloween costume, or seeds from our seed library. You can literally borrow the internet with a hotspot device. And our most recent and very popular addition to our circulating materials are Mid-America Museum passes and Garvin Woodland Garden passes. If you're interested in those, you need to hurry up and put a hold on them because there's already a long waiting list. You can search for any of these items and place them on hold at catalog.gclibrary.com. All you need to do is log in with your library card number and PIN. If you're not sure about your card number or your PIN, you just give the library a call at 501-623-4161, or you can email us at gcl@gclibrary.com. In addition to free delivery, we have also added a curbside pickup option. Now, once you're notified that your item that is available on hold is available, you come to the library, you come to the front of the library under the portico. We have some signs that say curbside, and there's a phone number on them. You pull up, call that phone number, and our staff member will grab those items, check them out to you, and bring them out to your car. If you let us know that you have a pet or a child with you, we'll bring out a dog biscuit or a sticker. So please let us know. For certain patrons, we offer a books by mail service. If you are elderly or if you have a medical condition, and you can fill out an application, and when we approve you, we will set you up with a staff member that will curate items for you. We typically send them through the postal service, but we will also deliver them if that work ends up being a better fit. If we don't have the item you're interested in reading or watching, we will not tell you that you're out of luck. We will find a way to get that item in your hands. Every resident of Garland County is entitled to one free interlibrary loan per calendar month. So if October rolls around or November rolls around, you can put in a request for an obscure book, and we should be able to get it for you. If you put in 2 requests in 1 month, each additional request is $5. We say we can't promise we will get anything you request, but practically speaking, I think we have a pretty good hit rate. You will probably get what you're asking for. All this sounds great, but we are not just your connection point for books and materials. We're your connection to the community and special events. Libraries like ours have morphed over the years into a community center, or like a community center. We offer programs for all ages and for many interests. Whether or not we're able to gather in person, our library has continued to offer quality programming for free. In early 2020, at the beginning of the pandemic, it took us a little bit of time to get used to reality And then we pivoted our programming to virtual, and we use Facebook Live, YouTube, and Zoom. And we even send out weekly recorded video story times. You may find our adult programs mostly on Facebook Live and YouTube. There, we host guest speakers from all over the world, and we cover topics that include art, nature, legal matters, public health, and many more other topics. You may view these programs live on Facebook Live or YouTube, or you may watch them whenever it's convenient for you. You may find previous program recordings at facebook.com/Garland County Library/videos, or on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Garland CO Library. We're not just on social media. Join Bingo for Books every month on Zoom. We also offer kids and teens programs virtually. We have reading incentive programs like the Summer Reading Program, the Fall Reading Festival. We have the continual 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten programs. We also have weekly story times, craft programs, STEAM events, cooking programs, book clubs, and more. Most of these programs are presented through Zoom, so the event can be monitored and locked to outside participants. So no strays. These programs fill up fast as space is limited. Registration for youth programs opens at 9 on the 15th day of each month for the following month's programs. For example, October programs, registration for October programs will open on September 15th at 9 a.m. And if you wait till the 16th, a lot of those are going to be full. You don't even have to have a library card to participate in library programs. Just visit our online calendar at gclibrary.com and you will see what's coming up. And if it's registration required, then you may register. Finally, I'm going to tell you about the online resources you can use from the library from anywhere with an internet connection and a mobile device. So everybody knows about ebooks. You can borrow ebooks and downloadable audiobooks with Overdrive and Libby. You can stream movies and music with Hoopla Digital. You can learn a new language or up to 70 languages with Mango Languages. You can learn new arts and crafts with Creative Bug. You can expand your computer knowledge with GCF Learn Free. They have a typing tutorial. I learned how to use the number row at the top of my keyboard with that, so I can attest to the effectiveness of that. You can read expert product reviews with Consumer Reports. You can even read the Village Voice, or you can read the Sentinel Record, or even the Democrat Gazette. And sometimes I read the Texarkana Gazette. All that's for free on Newsbank. All these resources and more are free with your library card. We even have a free mobile app now that is literally the library at your fingertips. You can manage you and your family's accounts, search the catalog, place items on hold, and explore the library's resources from anywhere with a mobile device and an internet connection. Watch this short tutorial on how to use the library's free app. find digital resources for kids too. The resources available on our website include book flicks, tumble books, cool math, and there's more. Not to mention the plethora of age-appropriate content available from Overdrive and Hoopla Digital. You can keep up with what's going on at the library by joining us on social media. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube. If you want to go an extra step and see how others experience our library, you can join our community Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/GCLibraryHS. Well, we are the Garland County Library, your connection point. And we would not be much of a connection point if we could not connect you to our webpage. So here's our webpage, gclibrary.com. If you navigate there, you'll get all the pertinent information. Things change. We are working on a new website, and it is slow going because we have lots of things we're trying to juggle. But I'll show you the things you need to be aware of on our webpage. First of all, this is our home screen, or our home page. And if you look, we have this menu. So home is important, and my account will take you to our card catalog. Calendar is really important if you're interested in seeing what's going on at the library. And find it is pretty important too. And we also have a link to some information about the Friends of the Library, which is our organization that supports us. So right here we have our banners, and this is stuff we really want you to know about. So right here we're announcing that face masks are required in the library. If you click the banner, it'll take you to what we mailed out. So the county judge, who is in charge of all county buildings, and the library is a county building, he's mandated that we have to wear a face mask in the library, and if you don't wear it, we'll kick you out. We're really nice and give people many chances. We try to be flexible, but we will do that. This banner, here's a little feedback form. You can even leave feedback about this video today. Obviously, if you're watching this, you hadn't visited us today, but you can say yes or no. You can spin it to mean, was your contact with the library pleasant? And you can give feedback, and down here you can say James needs to be more confident when he's doing videos, but that's just silliness. So you can leave. So down here, if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see some feeds. We have our Facebook feed, Twitter feed, and our Instagram feed. My web browser is being bad, so you don't get to see the pictures. Anyways, towards the top, over here on the side, it says connect here. So if you click account, which is the same thing as my account, if you click that, it will take you to our online catalog. And you can select to log in. You'll want to put in your library card number and your PIN. And if you don't know your PIN, you can call the library or visit. So right here, we have a little thing that says, or a little link that says, if you don't have a library card yet, click here to register. If you click that link, we will take you to a form that you can fill out, and it will give you an e-card. And then you have an e-card, you have access to Libby and Hoopla and a few other databases. And if you want full-blown privileges, I encourage you to reach out to the library. So so you can see what's going on with your library card account here. So I want to see what's going on with my account. Well, I have a laptop checked out, and it was due back at the beginning of July, so I'm probably receiving mailed threats from the library. I have an iPad I was using for Relay for Life. It was due back at the end of July, and they're mad at me for not turning it in, even though I did. In the past, we charged fines. You would be able to pay them here, but we don't do fines anymore. So, anyways, you can search our catalog. I'm very excited about the new Dune movie, and maybe I want to read the book. So I've got the book typed in. So I've got the title of the book typed in. I want to select the material type book, and then it takes out all the movies and ebooks. So here's a book. It's checked out. I'm sad. I want to click place a hold, and then I can select place a hold, and then that person will not be able to renew their item. When it's due, it needs to come back, and then I'll get it. Anyways, that's my account. If you're interested in what's going on at the library, we have a calendar for you. So you go to gclibrary.com and then you click calendar. If you notice, at the top, it says home. That'll take you back to our webpage, and then you can filter what you see down here. So yellow is kids, and blue is teens, and red is adult programming. So if you have some visitors and they have kids and you want them to have activities while they're visiting, you can select kids calendar, and you just scroll and you see what we have going on. So on Monday the 30th with Moody Monday Story Time, and you can click that, and it has a little description about it. You'll notice you need to register for this event. If there's no registration required, you won't see anything for it, but it'll say how many people are you going to register, and you'll see that there's 3 slots available. So you save one, you hit next, you type in a name, and then it'll ask you to confirm the information. So if there's no registration required, you'll just note, just so you know, you'll notice that there's nothing for registration. Most of our adult events are virtual because of the state of society for the time being, and that just means you can watch our programming on Facebook Live and YouTube. Now we do have one adult program you have to register for before you can participate, and that is Bingo for Books. So we have one coming up on the first Monday of September, and the illustrious 3-time Sentinel Record Musician of the Year, Jacob Flores, is our host. If you want to participate, you'll need to email him directly at jflores@gclibrary.com, and he will reply saying basically you're registered, and he'll send you a copy or a few copies of the bingo cards you can use. And he'll tell you when to do it and when to be there. Also, that same email, this is going to be over Zoom, so that same email will contain information about how to log in that day. So that's our calendar. We do have some databases. So if you hover over Find It and you click Databases, it'll show you a few of our things that we have to offer. The Arkansas Legal Services Partnership has legal documents and pro bono legal services and a few other things that I've actually shown several people in the library. We have a consumer reports database. You can read articles and you can read reviews. You'll need your library card number to log into that. If you are artsy and craftsy, or you would like to become artsy and craftsy, we have Creative Bug. If you know a teenager that is learning how to drive, we have a database for learning how to drive, the rules of the road and all that for Arkansas. I've been reading the one for motorcycles because even though I probably won't do it, I am interested in learning how to ride a motorcycle. If you know people that are not confident on a computer, we have a link to GCF Learn Free, and we have Heritage Quest Online. You'll need your library card number to log into it, but this is actually maintained by Ancestry, and it's something we are subscribed to. We have Mango Languages, which is, I like to say, it's a free Rosetta Stone replacement. And in fact, my little sister used it. She had a boss that is from Jordan, and she wanted to know what he was saying, so she took some lessons in Arabic, and she didn't quite figure it out, but she made some good headway. Now, if you want to read text print copies of the Village Voice or the Sentinel Record, we have Newsbank, and it'll need your library card number, and it is a little bit slow, but you can read. There won't be any pictures, but you can read full-length articles. And Novelist is something I like to use and show patrons. In fact, I will show you right now. So it's basically you type in what you're interested in. One of my favorite authors is Isaac Asimov, and I've read all his stuff. So if I were interested in finding something similar to him, I would type in his name, and here's books. Those are just books about Isaac Asimov. I would click authors. And, so you can't rush perfection, but here we go. So here's Isaac Asimov, and down here we have author read-alike. So you can select that, and then it'll give you some similar reading authors. I've read Philip K. Dick. He is actually a wild person, and he has some interesting books. And Robert Eilein, he's pretty good too. And also, if you are a homeschooler or you know someone that homeschools their kids, ProQuest is also a really good database. You can force your kids to do research papers, and they can reference material from ProQuest. And last but not least, I'd like to show you about the Friends of the Library. They are who we depend on to help support us. So we have a book sale room in the library. What they do is they receive donations of books from anyone, and if they're in good shape, then they resell them. So and it's actually really important to us, and they do need volunteers. So to join the Friends of the Library, you'll fill out this membership form. You can mail it to us, but I would suggest coming into the library, or I'm also willing to stop by when I'm doing a route in the village. I'm willing to stop by and pick this up. But they have individual memberships, which you would pay annually. They get you into the organization. It qualifies you to be a volunteer with the Friends of the Library, which would mean stocking the room and preparing for the big annual book sale. And it gets you into the big book sale one day early. And if it's a hassle to sign up each year for all of that, then you just pay a life membership. And there's our book sale room hours. Basically it closes 15 minutes before the library closes. And if you have donations for the book sale room, you can bring them to the library, or you can reach out to the library and I'll be willing to pick them up. And they also have a Facebook page, and it's just a little Facebook page. So one more thing I'd like to point out. If you go through our card catalog and you don't find what you're looking for, you can do a suggestion for purchase form. So instead of hovering over find it and clicking in databases, you can just click find it. And when you're here, you just scroll down a little bit, and then it'll ask for your patron information. So we want your name. We would like to have your email. We need your library card number and the title of the item and the author of the item. If you're going for a movie, you can just pick actor or director. But anyways, that's our website, and if you have any questions, please take a look or reach out to the library. Learn more about Libby by Overdrive in this how-to video.
Hello, and welcome to the Garland County Library's series on Overdrive. In this how-to video series, we'll learn about Libby by Overdrive. I'll introduce you to the Libby app on your mobile device starting from the very beginning. First, search for Libby by Overdrive in the Apple Store or the Google Play Store and download the free app. Open the app from the download screen or your home screen, and this should take you to a page asking if you have a library card. Tap Yes. Search for the Garland County Library, which comes up under the Arkansas Digital Library Consortium. Tap Garland County Library and enter your library card number. Click the Sign In button. From here, you can choose to only see Kindle titles or skip to go on to the ADLC homepage. With both Libby and Overdrive, each user can borrow 5 titles at a time for a 2-week lending period. Items can be renewed if they are not on hold. The ADLC buys ebooks by the copy, so there are limited copies available to download, just like print books on the shelf in the library. If something is checked out, you can place it on hold to be notified when it's available. Thanks for watching. In our next video, we will show you how to search for items in the Libby app. In this how-to series for Libby by Overdrive, I'll show you how to search for items, refine your search, and set your search preferences. There might be some differences in how Libby looks on your device compared to mine, but the steps should be similar. Open the Libby app. Tap the magnifying glass and type in the name of a book, an author, a series, or a subject in the search bar. Let's search for cats. This brings up over 1,000 titles. From here, you can refine this search. You can look in the cat search results for a certain format, a subject, a specific language, age range, file format, availability, and you can sort the results several ways. Let's find an audiobook, fantasy, for kids that is available now. That gives us 13 titles. Now, let's sort these results by title. You can also search within these results for another general topic. Let's look for dogs in the cats main search. Now we have 6 titles that fit those search options. Remember that refining a search only adds those restrictions for the current topic you're searching. You can edit your preferences if you want all your searches to be limited. You can edit your preferences in 2 places, on the search results page or by tapping the library card icon at the bottom of the screen. This brings up the ADLC homepage, which we'll discuss more in the next video. Tap Preferences. If you are only interested in ebooks for children that are available now, you can set those search parameters here. Tap Apply Preferences. Tap the magnifying glass to search. We'll search cats again. Now we get 154 books. Say you're curious what we might have that's checked out. You can modify your preferences here and tap Apply Preferences. Now we see all 260 ebooks about cats for children. Find more tips about searching for items on Libby by Overdrive at help.libbyapp.com. Thanks for watching. In this how-to series for Libby by Overdrive, I'll show you all the options available on the ADLC homepage. Open the Libby app. Tap the library card icon. This takes you to the ADLC homepage. This page is great for browsing different collections. You can tap any of these icons for a quick look at what's new, popular, random, and available. You can also browse subjects here. The collections and lists shown here change often. Now tap the Kids Guide. Just as I showed you in the last Libby video about searching, you can set preferences here. Remember that these preferences are saved and applied to all lists until you change preferences from this screen or from the ADLC homepage. The Teen Guide is just like the Kids. You can edit preferences from here. Now tap the Magazines Guide. Here you can browse for what's new, most popular, and other categories and lists. If you tap all titles, you will have the option to refine your search results by any of these parameters. For more information about refining your search or editing your preferences, see our How to Use Libby searching video. Now we'll quickly go over the Libby icon in the bottom center of the screen. This takes you to a sidebar where you can find notifications and choose which notifications, if any, you'd like to be shown. Here's where you would add another library. This panel also allows you to set where you want to read your books and how to get some additional help. Join me next time as we talk about your bookshelf in Libby by Overdrive. Thanks for watching. In this how-to series for Libby by Overdrive, I'll show you how to navigate your shelf, showing you how to view and edit your checkouts and holds. Remember, our screens might look a little different, but the steps should be similar on your device. Open the Libby app. Tap the Standing Books icon to go to your bookshelf. This page shows you what you have currently checked out here, what you have on hold here, and your tags here. On your Loans page, you can see what you have checked out, what format it is, and when it is due back. Tap the title of an item to see the synopsis, tags, and other formats available on the ADLC. Farther down, you'll even find more details about the item, format, length, author, and so on. Continue scrolling down for other titles you might enjoy. Tap Open in Libby if you want to listen to an audiobook or read a book from your mobile device. Tap Manage Loan to see when your item is due, to return it early, and to renew it if possible. You can see more details about your loan here. Your reading journey shows your progress, where you borrowed it from, and any tags you've added to the title. You can share the book through your other connected apps, and you can add your own tags here. Tap the Actions button in the top left corner to synchronize your shelf, which updates all devices connected to your Overdrive account. Set your reading preference, and to change your download rules. Here, you can select how Libby will deliver your item, by downloading it, streaming it, or only downloading it when connected to Wi-Fi. On your Holds page, you can see all the titles you're currently waiting for. Like on your Loans page, you can see more information about the book by tapping the title. Now, tap Manage Hold. This gives you the option to suspend or cancel a hold. Suspending a hold basically means that you're keeping your place in line, but the item will go to the next person on the wait list if it comes available during your suspended duration. You would get the next available copy that comes in after your suspension has ended. This is handy for when holds come in while you're too busy to enjoy them. You can suspend your hold until you're ready for the item. You can also suspend all holds at once here and synchronize your holds between any linked devices. Other options in the Manage Hold option mirrors the Loan page options we just discussed. Sometimes, in the case of this hold, Overdrive can't provide an estimated length of time for your hold to become available. This may happen because an item is new and not released yet, or if the item's use license has expired. Join next time as we talk about your timeline and some frequently asked questions in Libby by Overdrive. Thanks for watching. In this how-to series for Libby by Overdrive, I'll show you the features in your timeline and go over a few frequently asked questions. Remember, our screens might look a little different, but the steps should be similar on your device. Open the Libby app. Tap the clock icon. This page shows your Libby use timeline. Here on this main page, you can see an overview of everything you've borrowed, placed on hold, and returned. Find the most recent activity at the top of the screen. You can also choose to just see your timeline for only your loans here, your holds here, and your returns here. Tap the Actions button in the top right corner of your screen. Here, you can synchronize your shelf across all your connected devices. You can export your activity to save elsewhere on your device. You can also turn off your timeline so that Libby does not save your reading and listening history. And you can clear your current activity log here. Now, I'll go over a few frequently asked questions about Libby by Overdrive. We hear what's the difference in Overdrive and Libby all the time. Libby is simply a newer, more user-friendly mobile version of Overdrive. Both Libby and the classic Overdrive app allow you to borrow and read the same digital content from the library, but they look and feel a little different. We recommend using the Libby app when it's available due to the ease of use and improved functionality. Another common question we get deals with connectivity issues and downloading content. If you're in the middle of downloading an audiobook and it stops for any reason, first check that you're still connected to the internet and don't panic. Interruptions can happen for a number of reasons. If you're connected to the internet, just try to download the book again and be patient. Make sure you're trying to download the full book and not just a sample. If you continue to have issues, contact the library. If you simply can't log into Libby, your library card might be expired. You can call the library at 501-623-4161 to update your account. If you log in and your loans and holds don't look right or seem to have disappeared, verify that you've signed into your account and not a partner or friend. We see this happen often with people who share tablets or mobile devices. We hope this series on Libby by Overdrive has been helpful. Don't forget that you can find more help directly from Overdrive at help.libbyapp.com, and the library staff is always happy to help. Thanks for watching.
I'm James Nallen. You can reach me at 501-881-4435, or you can call the library at 501-623-4161. And I also will give you my email, JNOWLIN@gclibrary.com. Thanks.